My dad texted me and said there's a tornado. 2 minutes later, it gets dark within like seconds.
I'll never forget that noise that made it. It was like so loud.
It was a monster, and it was catching up to us.
Where do we go? Oh my God. Come on, come on!
The tornado was like right there, pretty much about to touch us.
Today, Netflix unveils its latest documentary, The Twister, Caught in the Storm. It's a gripping and heart-wrenching look at the EF-5 tornado that forever changed Joplin, Missouri. This devastating twister, the strongest on the enhanced Fujita scale, struck back on Sunday, May 22nd, 2011. What was supposed to be a joyous high school graduation day turned into an unthinkable nightmare. Tracking directly through the city with winds exceeding 200 miles per hour, this powerful tornado was on the ground for almost 22 miles, destroying thousands of buildings and causing an estimated $2.8 billion in damage. Entire neighborhoods were wiped out, with well-built homes and buildings erased from their foundations. More than 15,000 vehicles were destroyed, many beyond recognition. The tragic toll included 158 lives lost, with more than 1,000 more injured, making this EF-5 one of the deadliest tornadoes in United States history. Directed by Alexandra Lacey, The Twister, Caught in the Storm, offers a very personal look at the horrific devastation, the heartbreaking loss of life, but also the resilience of the people of Joplin. And she joins us now to discuss her brand new, powerful documentary. Alexandra, thanks for being here with us on Fox Weather today. I have to say, I had the opportunity to watch this doc last night. I thought it was excellent. The appropriate mix of fascinating and chilling. How do you even begin a project like this? What made you want to tell this story?
Well, thank you so much for having me on today. I felt like, and particularly right now, I have to say, with the tornadoes and storms that are going across the country, it feels like it's really important that people understand the human impact when Mother Nature takes control. And I wanted to make a film with a unique cast of characters that could say something more about human nature, you know, show hope in adversity, as you say, show resilience. And as we all know, you know, the incredible story also involves Joplin rebuilding and transforming in some way. And so when we found out that the high school graduation took place on that day, this felt significant because anybody in the world, even if you don't live in a place where you get tornadoes, you can relate if you're old enough to being a teenager and trying to find your place in this world as a grown-up. And so imagining if you were in a situation like that as a teenager or a young person, how would that change you as a grown-up? And that felt like the kind of film we should make, a relatable, a coming-of-age story that anybody can relate to, so they could really empathize and try to understand what it must have been like for the folks there in Joplin, and particularly for the young folks that are in our film.
Yeah, it was really thought-provoking for me as a meteorologist and as a communicator. I'm constantly asking myself, what's the most effective way to get that weather story out, the message that folks need to hear? As a filmmaker, you put the awe and the necessary respect for Mother Nature on display in the film, but you also explored what you were just talking about, some of that trauma for an entire community. So was that a challenging balance as you were putting this together? You mentioned the characters, amazing characters, but I can't even imagine what they went through on that day.
Honestly, it's unimaginable. And I always approach documentary in a sensitive way, a sensitive manner, particularly with a story like this that has caused so much trauma and so much loss to that community. And so it was definitely a balance, right? How do you tell a story that has so much terrifying archive showing action and trauma, but also be sensitive? And I just took my clues from the characters. You know, they told me that their memories in the storm were like slow motion. And so I decided to try to take the audience on an immersive journey with them step by step as they had described it to me, you know, but making sure that we included and foregrounded real archive that was given to us by folks there in Joplin. I think we amassed over 6,000 clips, so that it always was a reminder that this is a real story and real people's lives, and we had to approach it with absolute sensitivity. So that was our approach.
Yeah.
Let's take people on a journey and get them to understand how powerful Mother Nature can be, but let's just be really sensitive and take our lead from the characters.
Yes, so many of the people that you spoke to in the documentary, they were all super weather savvy. I suppose it is a bit of a prerequisite, right, for folks living in the plains. But what about for you before all this? Are you a weather enthusiast? This had to have been a lot different than a lot of your previous projects.
That's actually a really good question. It's interesting because I come from California, but I also grew up in London, England. And, when we check the weather, we're trying to work out what coat to wear, what kind of clothing to wear. And what I noticed when I was there in Joplin is every single person in town is their own meteorologist. And they look to folks like you. You're almost their celebrities, their stars. They're checking what you have to say every single day because it's a matter of life or death. And that really struck me, actually, the difference in how important meteorology is. And of course, we managed to find ourselves a teenage kidcaster, Chad. And I was really happy to find him. Doug Heady at KOAM connected us, and it was great to find ourselves a real weather geek for the film.
Yeah, that part of the story was wild. I mean, it's someone that did weather internships long ago. I can't imagine the first day of it going like that experience that he flew in for. You did dedicate this documentary to those that were lost on that terrible day, and you had just pointed it out, the timing of the documentary's release. It's especially poignant with, we've got some severe weather around today, yes, but what just played out this past weekend. In this business, oftentimes seeing is believing. Do you feel like this film serves as a reminder of the importance of being prepared for something like this? This was a worst case scenario, but storms like this obviously happen.
I really hope it will be. And can I just say that my thoughts and prayers are with anybody going through the storms right now. I feel like it does. There's a real power with Netflix, right? It goes out to the world, and so people all around the world will hopefully take notice. I always think that if you make character-led documentaries about a subject matter, people pay a lot more attention because they can imagine themselves in those moments, stepping through that moment themselves. Films with lots of science and stats, sometimes people switch off, And so we wanted to make a film that would get people to really put themselves in the shoes of those contributors. And I really hope that people would tune in and they'll see that it's about more than just the action in the storm. It's about heart, it's about resilience, about hope and adversity, and it's about community. It really is.
It is. It's a people story, and what an amazing community that is. And it's very obvious, shining through some of the characters that you introduced us to. Alexandra, this is a very difficult story to tell. You and your team did a beautiful job. So congratulations on the new release. You can watch the documentary, The Twister, Caught in the Storm. It's streaming now. It's streaming today on Netflix. Alexandra Lacey, thanks for talking with us on Fox Weather.